Imagine this. You're sitting at your desk at 9 a.m., answering emails, worrying about rent, and then your phone rings. It's a lawyer, and he tells you that your distant uncle, a man you met maybe 3 times in your entire life, just left you $10 million. But here's the catch. There's a clause in the will. A legal condition you cannot break. You cannot tell a single family member about this inheritance for 1 full year. Not your parents, not your siblings, not your spouse. So the question is, what do you actually do with $10 million when no one around you can know it exists? Stay with me, because what I'm about to walk you through will completely change how you think about money, relationships, and the psychology of wealth. The first thing most people would do? Google it. Is this a scam? Can an inheritance have conditions? What's a testamentary trust? And here's what you'd actually find out, fast. This is completely legal. It's called a conditional inheritance, and it's more common than you think among ultra-high net worth estates. Rich families use conditions in wills to test character, prevent family conflict, and protect assets from people who would just blow the money the moment they found out. Your uncle wasn't being cruel. He was giving you a gift wrapped in the most valuable test of your life. So, you hang up the phone, you go back to your desk, you finish your emails, and you say nothing. That afternoon, your mom calls to ask what's for dinner. You tell her you'll be over at 7. You say nothing. Your brother texts you asking if you can lend him $500 for his car repair. And this right here, is where it begins to get hard. Week 1 is the easiest. The money doesn't feel real yet. It's just a number in a document. But by week 3, you start feeling the weight of it. Because the people around you are still living in their world, and you are now living in a completely different one. Your parents are stressed about a medical bill. It's $3,000. You have $10 million sitting in a trust account, and you cannot say a word. You learn something about yourself in that moment. The hardest part of wealth isn't managing money. It's managing relationships when the gap between you and the people you love becomes invisible to them, but overwhelmingly visible to you. So here's what a smart person does during those 365 days. They don't sit still. They build the infrastructure of wealth quietly, before anyone knows it exists. Step 1. You hire a fiduciary financial advisor. Not a salesperson. A fiduciary. Someone legally required to act in your interest. Step 2. You set up an LLC. Your real estate purchases, your investments, they never go in your personal name. This protects you from lawsuits and from people who would later say you owed them something. Step 3. You don't touch the principal. You live off your regular salary for 12 months. Your lifestyle changes by exactly 0%. This is the discipline that separates the 1% from lottery winners. Step 4. And this is the one nobody talks about. You get a therapist. Because carrying a secret this size, alone, for a year, has a psychological cost that is very real. Studies on sudden wealth, what researchers call SWS, or sudden wealth syndrome, show that 70% of lottery winners lose their fortune within 5 years. Not because they're stupid, but because they had no psychological framework for what the money meant. Your silent year isn't a punishment. It's the most powerful financial education you will ever get. And then, the year is up. You now have a choice that millions of people think they know the answer to, but almost nobody actually thinks through carefully. Do you tell your family? Here's what the data says. Research on wealth disclosure within families shows that nearly 60% of relationships change significantly after a wealth reveal. And not always for the better. People who loved you as an equal now see you as a resource. Old siblings become silent competitors. Parents who once gave advice now ask for money. The most important thing you realize on day 365 is this. The secret year didn't just protect the money. It protected you. It gave you one final year to be just a person before you became a wealthy person. And that's the real lesson hidden inside this thought experiment. Wealth changes everything around you. Your relationships, your identity, your daily choices. The question isn't whether you can handle $10 million. The question is whether you can handle who the people around you become and who you become when the money appears. Because that is the thing nobody puts in a financial planning video.